Well, hello, it's me. Apparently by myself right now. There, I went ahead and turned my YouTube off so there's no feedback. Um, well, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to have a monologue even by myself. I mean, generally, dialogues are fun even if it's with the chat, but even a monologue's kind of difficult when you're talking to yourself. But here I am, and tonight is the night we're going to be doing songs with a billion views. That is going to be the hey, hi Tommy. I was just talking to myself. I was just saying, dialogue's fun, but it's like monologue. When you're up here by yourself, you're doing a monologue, but you do kind of like to sort of engage with the chat. I'm like, I have no chat. But anyways, so let me ask you, since you're here and you're answering, is my sound coming in good? Do I sound clear? And am I loud enough? That'd be the first part. Cracking me up, okay. But am I cracking up? Is the microphone cracking? Is there any popping or anything in the mic? Okay. And so the next part is while I'm talking, do you hear a little bit of music in the background? Very light music, not overwhelming, but just a little bit. Because I had it on yesterday for a little bit and it was too loud. I didn't realize it. So I ended up turning it completely off. But do you hear a little bit of a reggae instrumental in the background? Okay. All right. That's all I want. I just literally want it mellow. So anyways, but hey, guess what though? The good news is, look, I'm going to fix this screen right now. I am actually ready to start the quiz. I have the screen all in check and everything like that. So it's like, I'm so ready. Now I could press, start, whatever, start right now. But I mean, I do want to wait a few more minutes, but you can see it right there. Welcome, starting in 16 seconds. That is clearly the beginning of the quiz. So, I've been dealing with that whole trying to figure that out, and I still have to adjust the screen. I still have to adjust it, to make it be right. But silly me, I actually realized that I can actually do this before I go live. So instead of having people sit there and wondering what the heck I'm doing and why I'm not prepared, I actually figured out I could do it beforehand. So I am actually ready. I've been good, I just been, I just got back from California. I was mentioning in the video that I did yesterday, I know you kind of glanced at it a little bit. I don't know if you were able to hear the part where I said I was in California for my youngest daughter's wedding, and it was at Galloway Downs in Temecula. And I'm pretty sure you live down that way, if I remember correctly, or maybe not. Do you live down towards Temecula somewhere? Yeah, well, that's where my daughter's wedding was, is it? Galloway Downs. Okay. You're funny. But yeah, I was right down there then. I was literally there. Probably not far from where you are, really, Oh my God, it was so nice. It was just gorgeous, So I have 3 daughters and now they are all 3 married. So, woo, done. And they 3 have babies, Monica and Blake have my grandson Rowan. Jessica and Sean have my grandson Sammy, thank you. And Brianna and Chris have my granddaughters, Aaliyah and Madeline. So 4 grandbabies, 2 boys and 2 girls. And all the girls are married, so I'm all happy about that. But I am back in Reno now. But I am down there all the time. I was literally down there for like 3.5 weeks. Um, I figured I was going to be down there a little longer than the wedding because I planned on going to my oldest daughter's house to spend time with her and my oh my God, Reno, yes. I love it. Have you been up here, Tommy? Have you been up? I imagine you have. But it is just beautiful. But as beautiful as it is, I am actually moving back to California no later than next summer. Maybe next fall. I don't mean this summer coming up in a few months. I mean 2027. I mean, it could be earlier, but it will not be later than 2027, either this summer or the fall. And that's because my daughter that was up here relocated back down there. Yes, I had to. Yes, I had to. That was the thing. So I went to California for my youngest daughter's wedding. You know, they've been together for over 10 years. They're on their second home together, and they have their 2 girls already. But they just got married. So they did things, you know, they're together, a solid couple, great couple, 2 beautiful kids, but they got married after everything else, you know. But it was, however it happens, right? But anyway, so I went down there for the wedding, and, you know, we stayed there overnight and stuff. They have these like, they have their ranch houses, you know, they're, you know, to stay on the property or whatnot. So we were there for a couple of nights for that. And then I went to my oldest daughter's house because she had just had my most recent grandson. He was born March 23rd. No, wait, March 26th. And so I was going to spend time with her. But while I was at her house spending time with my newest grandson, my youngest daughter, who just got married, reminded me that I was watching the girls while they were on their honeymoon. And they went on an Alaskan cruise. They were gone like 8 days. So I'm like down there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be here so much longer. And here I have this channel that I'm trying to build, right? And there was nothing I could do. I had a laptop, but I just can't. Everything's here, you know. And so, but I did have some songs that I had already done. And I just kind of like periodically I would release maybe one or two a week during the 3 weeks or so that I was gone, just to kind of keep the channel active. But I couldn't wait to get back here and actually really, really, really get started with these live streams, these live quizzes, and more of that. But yeah, so Lake Tahoe is beautiful. I've been up there. I actually only been up there maybe 3 times, you know, not a lot really, but I mean, it's nice every time, you know. And but Reno itself, you know, it's like where I am sitting right now at this moment and the direction that I'm looking, there is actually a window over this computer screen, and it's actually a sliding glass door onto a balcony, and I literally have a view of downtown Reno and the casinos and all the lights. So if I look right that way at night, and I love it, I sit here and work at night because I can look at the lights out the window. I just see it. And then off to the right, if I glance off to the right, it's the rolling hills of, I don't mean to say the rolling hills, but they are, you know, they have the nice rolling streets here in Reno rather than the flat lands, you know. And so I can look up into what is like going up into the hills, and all of the homes that are up there, you know, they're all the communities that go up into the hills, they're all lit, you know, so you see the lights from the homes in the neighborhood. So it's just, I mean, I have an absolute view that is worth $1 million. My home, which is a townhome, is not worth $1 million. You know, it is just, hi, Snark and Sass. So this home is not worth $1 million, but the view, definitely, without a doubt, is worth $1 million, which is the one negative about leaving here. Because see, all my girls are down there, back down there in Los Angeles County. And when I go back down, I just know I'm not going to have a view like this. I'm just not. So, I mean, that is one thing that I will miss, but I want to be closer to all my grandbabies, you know, so that's going to happen. But, yeah, so anyhow, I'm just going to go ahead and start this. You know what? Whoever shows up, shows up. But let me go ahead and actually get this started. So, here we go. Let's make sure that I hope this works okay. Let's see. Okay, so it is. Yay, you can see on the screen. It's counting down to the, yeah, there is a little added value to the view. Here we go. So we're going to start. This is, again, songs with 1 billion views. Here we go. He's the only hip hop artist to win a Pulitzer Prize, tied for the most Grammys, 5, ever won for a single. Graduated high school with a 4.0 GPA and is in a years-long feud with Drake. Is it Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Jon, or Ludacris? Remember, your answers need to be by the way of numbers: 1, 2, 3, or 4. No correct scores. You see there, that's my logo turned sideways for a sad face, by the way. That's what happens when there's no correct answers. Here we go. Following a 2021-22 TikTok trend, this song from 1970 surged in popularity and gained 2 billion views. It's also a one-hit wonder, and she doesn't exist. Is it Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl, Layla, or Delta Dawn? Following a 2021-22 TikTok trend, Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes. That's the answer. And I make these questions up, so sometimes they're a little silly the way they're worded, but they make sense, and the clues are right there in some of them, sometimes not, All right. This multi-platinum Christian hard rock band was created when a pastor suggested that 2 bands join to make one, like throwing different ingredients into a what? It was a monster idea. Is it Basket? Is their name Skillet? Is it Wok, or is it Blender? A pastor suggested 2 bands join together, like throwing different ingredients in a skillet. There you go. Skillet is a multi-platinum Christian hard rock band, and the name was suggested by a pastor. I'm not into hard rock, but anyways, some people are, so I have to include, things from different genres, and they have a billion views. So again, songs with a billion views. Her albums 19, 21, 25, and 23 were her age when she wrote them, not when they were released. She's from London and became famous when a friend put her music on MySpace. Is it Sugar Crits, Adele, Ross Kahn, or Sweet Tea? Sugar Crits, Adele, Ross Kahn, or Sweet Tea? Adele, number 2. All of those besides Adele were people from YouTube. Wanker. I enjoy making these. And now that I'm actually reading them out, it's funner too. One of 6 songs certified above 18 times platinum. It's named for advice that Jonathan Cain's dad gave him when he wanted to quit music. A copy is in the Library of Congress. Is it Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas, Live and Let Die, Paul McCartney and Wings, or Freebird? Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Yes, a copy of that song is in the Library of Congress for future generations, by the way. And it was Jonathan Cain, the keyboard player's dad, who said, Don't Stop Believin'. And that's where the name came from when he wanted to quit music. I find that interesting. He left Georgia and headed for the Frisco Bay in this song. The first in history to reach #1 posthumously, released in January 1968 following his death in a December 1967 plane crash. Sitting on the dock of the bay, Otis Redding, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Marvin Gaye, Tighten Up by Archie Bell, or Lady Willpower by Gary Puckett. Yes, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. He left his home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. See, so sometimes the clues are right there. But yeah, that's what, not a one-hit wonder. Billion views. That song has a billion views. But I found that, it's interesting, if the song reached #1 after he died. So it's interesting, This song was co-written by Taylor Swift, who initially went by the pseudonym Neil Solberg. The song's singer was an Army cadet in Barbados before becoming a superstar. Is the song DTMF by Bad Bunny, How We Roll by Don Omar, Impossible by Chantel, or This Is What You Came For by Rihanna and Calvin Harris? Yes, Rihanna. Believe it or not, she was an Army cadet in Barbados before she became a singer. Found that interesting too. And that Taylor Swift co-wrote it and went by the name Neo Sober. Yeah, I've never been there, but I just found that very interesting. She was an Army cadet. I mean, the stuff that you find when you rehearse or researching this. In the Guns N' Roses video, in this Guns N' Roses video, Slash said the scenes were too theatrical and he was going to die with a helicopter over him. The video was the costliest at the time at $1.5 million. Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, November Rain, or Welcome to the Jungle. Very theatrical video. November Rain. Actually, only a couple of their songs have 1 billion views. Maybe it's just that one. It's either that one and one other or just that one. I can't remember, but believe it or not, they don't have a lot of songs with 1 billion views, but that one is. So both of her parents are actors. Her first song was released when she was 15 years old, and she speaks openly about living with Tourette syndrome. Is it Tate McRae, Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, or Billie Eilish? Both of her parents are actors, and she released her first song when she was 15 years old. She has Tourette's. Number 4, Billie Eilish. Yes, both of her parents are actually popular actors. I don't know them by name, but when I saw them while I was doing the research, I was like, oh my God, because I recognize them, but they're on shows, television shows, like weekly dramas or whatever, that I don't tend to watch. So, but I did recognize them. All right, here we go. Debí tirar más fotos translates to I should have taken more photos. He was discovered after posting music on SoundCloud and signed to record label Hear This Music. Is it Bad Bunny, Justin Bieber, Enrique Iglesias, or Don Omar? I should have taken more photos. DTMF is the song, and it is Bad Bunny. I wasn't expecting to actually read these because I was starting out by doing these just with music in the background of the quiz, so I wasn't prepared to try to pronounce that in Spanish. I mean, I can pronounce pretty good Spanish, reading it, but not that. Okay. They are in the 2019 Country Hall of Fame. One was kicked out of a Christian university. Their music has been in both Republican and Democrat presidential campaigns. Ellen Langley and Riley Green, Brooks and Dunn, Florida Georgia Line, or Dan and Shay. Obviously all country stars. Brooks and Dunn. You've been a Bad Bunny, me too. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. I've been a very Bad Bunny sometimes. Okay. Which singer did the royal family feature on a 1999 commemorative royal mail stamp, which caused controversy because Roger Taylor is seen behind drums in the background? Is it Freddie Mercury, Elton John, David Bowie, or John Lennon? Which singer was featured on the 1999 commemorative royal mail stamp? Freddie Mercury. And the controversy was nobody else was supposed to be on a stamp except for whoever was on it. It used to be only the royal family, but he was a commemorative stamp. But it was a problem because the drummer was pictured in the background, and that wasn't supposed to be. That was a no-no. Yeah, I am. Naughty Bunny. She was introduced to Stevie Wonder after his wife heard her sing. Stevie connected her with a producer. She got a recording contract, and her song Rise Up charted for 2 years. Is it Golden Eyes, Andra Day, Mariah Carey, or Hope Sandoval? The clue is the song Rise Up, and it's Andra Day. Love that song. Again, all of these songs are on the channel. All of these songs are in the Songs with a Billion Views playlist, and every one of these answers is in the videos. So there's really no surprises if anybody was competitive and wanted to play to win. Not that there's a prize, but you never know, there could be one day. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm, is the first to win a Grammy for Album of the Year 4 times, and had a Netflix documentary titled Miss Americana about her life. Is it Mariah Carey, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, or Adele? She won a Grammy for Album of the Year 4 times. Taylor Swift grew up on a Christmas tree farm. And the Netflix show Miss Americana was also a clue. Although I really don't watch Netflix, so I didn't know that either until I researched it. Seems to be running proud. All right. What entertaining YouTube channel with interesting history on singers and songs that's dedicated to the enjoyment of adults do you share with others? Magnum Opus Music, The Angry Debate, Animals Eating Their Prey, or Drama is Dead? What entertaining YouTube channel do you share with others? Magnum Opus Music. Yes, they are. They are cute together. I mean, they're actually adorable together, you know. I really hope they do get married and they, you know, stay together. I just hope it's not, you know, I just hope nothing. I hate it when these great couples, you know, something happens. They got their name passing a sign that had missing numbers. The co-founder and lead singer died February 7th, 2026 from stage 4 kidney cancer, less than a year after diagnosis. Blink 182, 3 Doors Down, 3 Seconds to Mars, or 3 Days Grace. 3 Doors Down. And yes, Brad Arnold, their lead singer, died this year. Animals, it was Animals Eat Their Prey. I need to get a deal with Coca-Cola and actually use a Coke can. He has a tattoo of a ghost on his arm, symbolizing his first single, Ghost Town. And in 2024, Billboard wrote, "This song is the biggest song in the world." Is it Alan Jackson with Beautiful Things, Benson Boone, Beautiful Things, Clive Davis, Thinking Out Loud, or Ed Sheeran, Thinking Out Loud? Benson Boone, Beautiful Things. Yeah, he was young. He was young. Reach out to me, Coke. The frontman of this band triple majored and graduated Loyola University Chicago before recording a powerful rendition of this Simon and Garfunkel song. The Eagles, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Disturbed, The Sound of Silence, Evanescence, Mrs. Robinson, or Coldplay, Yellow. Disturbed, The Sound of Silence. That was the one that you put in the comments that you really loved that version, Tommy. That one, that version by Disturbed. I love that version too. I mean, I honestly think it's the most popular version ever. Even Simon and Garfunkel commented on David's rendition. They loved it, you know. This song denounced inhumanity and violence in response to the 1993 IRA bombing that killed 2 boys in Cheshire, England. It received praise as an anti-violence anthem. Is it Everybody Hurts by R.E.M., Zombie, The Cranberries, One by U2, or Revolution by the Beatles? Zombie by the Cranberries. Love that song. Again, that's on the channel too. Song with 1 billion views. Gosh, Tommy, you may want to go do other things. If you do, don't feel obligated to, you know, stay in the chat, you know, because nobody else is here. All 4 members of this band identify as lesbians. They had one huge hit, and the lead singer was married to Sarah Gilbert from the Connors and Roseanne shows. Is it 4 Non-Blondes, Indigo Girls, the B-52s, or Dream Nails? 4 Non-Blondes and Linda Perry the lead singer, was married to Sarah Gilbert, who's also Melissa Gilbert's sister. Melissa Gilbert from Little House on the Prairie, where her sister Sarah Gilbert, who was on the Connors and the Roseanne show, and was married to Linda Perry of Four Non Blondes. Linda Perry also produced Pink in the very beginning of her career. Just a little stuff off the top of my head there. Jimmy Eat World released this album in 2001. Then, out of sensitivity after the September 11th attacks, changed it to a self-titled album and changed it back in 2008. Was the album Bleed American, Sunday, Bloody Sunday, New York, New York, or Born in the USA? Jimmy Eat World, their album from 2001, was Bleed American. And again, they changed it to, they just self-titled it to Jimmy Eat World following the September 11th attacks because they just didn't want the album out there titled Bleed American when it was essentially released that same month. So immediately they changed the title. If you have a copy of the original sold Bleed American album before they changed it, it's got to be worth a lot of money. This band was created when two Los Angeles bands came together as one, and this song is their only #1 hit from one of the best-selling albums of all time, Appetite for Destruction. Is it Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood, Guns N' Roses, November Rain, Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, or Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication? It is Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. Once again, it is their only #1 hit, believe it or not. So there you go, songs with a billion views. That's the second one. November Rain and Sweet Child of Mine are both songs with a billion views, the only two that have a billion views by Guns N' Roses. But Sweet Child of Mine, out of all their songs, is the only one that ever hit #1. Sam Hunt wrote songs for Keith Urban, Kenny Chesney, and more before getting his big break as a singer. What NFL team did he try out for before moving to Memphis? The Tennessee Titans, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, or Kansas City Chiefs? Sam Hunt, country singer. Kansas City Chiefs. He indeed tried out for Kansas City Chiefs. And when he didn't get called back or anything, he went ahead and headed over to Memphis and started writing songs for other people. And then he wrote his own, and now he has a song with a billion views. So, yeah. This song critiques religions that shame LGBTQ. In it, church is an intimate relationship with spiritual fulfillment in love and sex, contrasted by fresh poison and homophobia. Is it my church? Take me to church, with arms wide open, or you found me. Take Me to Church by Hozier. Love that song too. I actually learned a lot about the meaning by researching that one. You know, the difference, the meaning of church is in the song and everything. All right, their first tour didn't have an official name, but after they broke down and had to abandon some equipment to hitchhike to the last show in Seattle, they named it the Hell Tour. So their first tour didn't have a name, but they ended up calling it Hell Tour. Is it the Eagles, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, or Guns N' Roses? Their van broke down. They had to abandon equipment. Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses. I thought somebody would pick like Nirvana or Pearl Jam from Seattle. Of course, Tommy, you're the only one picking some. I don't know if somebody else would have picked one of the Seattle bands, since that was in the clue, even though it was Guns N' Roses. But yeah, the Creed song. She's a member of the group Blackpink, named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in 2025. And this duet with Bruno Mars was inspired by a Korean drinking game. Is it Chunga by Gotta Go, or Chunga Gotta Go, BTS Dynamite, Red Velvet by Bad Boy, or Rose Apartment? I better get this crap right. Oh my God. See, I wasn't prepared to try to read these. I just decided to do this after last night, to read them out loud, instead of just being silent and chatting with people in the chat, you know? In this song, Kitty is a fictional entertainer. Her fans aspire to be like her. She warns them against show business. Is it Hot Child in the City by Nick Gilder, Sweet Thing by Mary J. Blige, Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift, or Ain't Nobody by Shaka Khan. Kitty is a fictional character and warns them about show business. Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift. I'm just sort of, I'm not like a huge Taylor Swift fan either. I can say that. But nevertheless, she has to be part of the channel because she is Taylor Swift, You can't just have a music channel and not have her, I got a lot of people to add to this channel, a long time to get there. So this band's name was originally Kara's Flowers, and this song was written for the singer's friend, who was also the band's manager and died in 2017. Is the band with the original name Kara's Flowers in the song, is it the Wallflowers, One Headlight, Gin Blossoms, Hey Jealousy, Maroon 5 Memories, or Bush Glycerine? It is Maroon 5 Memories. The song Memories was written for their band manager that died in 2017. And Maroon 5 was originally named Kara's Flowers before they got their contract. Or maybe they changed it after they got a recording contract. They changed it to Maroon 5, but that was their original name. Yes, I love them too. Hot Child in the City, I love it too. In 2024, this song became the only song to reach 1 billion views on Spotify in less than 100 days. The fastest a song has ever achieved that milestone. Is It Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, Beautiful Things, Benson Boone, Die with a Smile, Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga, or 1, 2, 3, or 4, Ross Khan? Die with a Smile, Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. 1, 2, 3, or 4, Ross Khan. That's like my intro song. 1, 2, 3. I love that song though. Die with a Smile. Oh my God, Tommy, if you don't know it, look it up. Love it. You will love it, dude. Who was the first hip hop artist to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song and opened a restaurant in Detroit named Mom's Spaghetti after singing about it in this song? Eminem, Kid Rock, Big Sean, or Alice Cooper? Eminem. And the song was, of course, Lose Control. But he was the first hip-hop artist to win an Academy Award. Goo Goo Gaga. Remember, Goo Goo, what? Goo Goo Gaga? Why do I want to act like that's a band or something? Did they sing that song, Aha? No, Aha was the name of a band, right? Oh my God. Okay, who is he? He graduated Berklee College of Music in 2013. YouTube videos led to a contract with Ellen DeGeneres' label 1111, and he used a Post-it note to break up with his first girlfriend. Charlie Puth, Adam Levine, Tommy Wood, or Public Occultist? Charlie Puth. There you are, Tommy Wood. Wait, hold on, let me pause this. Darn it. I gotta go. The clue was he used a Post-it note to break up with his first girlfriend. I totally just thought that would be so funny to include you in there. All right, let me keep going on this. And I think you're in a couple of these, I'm pretty sure. So, okay, here we go. All right. This song is about a fantasy revenge against Sancho, who stole the singer's hyena. The singer is from Long Beach, California. He died from a heroin-related death in 1996. Santeria by Sublime, La Bamba, Richie Valens, Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix, or Backstabbers by the OJs. Fantasy revenge. Sancho stole his hyena. Yes, conspiracy music. Hello. Yes, there you are. We got somebody on the board. Somebody's playing. Yes, there you are. It was Santeria by Sublime. How you doing, conspiracy music? I am bad, huh, Tommy? She gave birth to her first biological child in 2024 at nearly 50 years old. And the popular dance song Cheap Thrills was her first #1 hit. Who is she? Madonna, Janet Jackson, Sia or Rita Ora? Good to see you too. Sia. I was surprised to read that. She has two adopted sons, twins, but she had her very first child, biological child. She was 49. So, hi, Fab Daddy. Welcome back. What do you watch for entertaining, live, real-time interactive trivia and interesting history of songs and artists during their journey in the music industry? Is it magnum opus music, drama channels, true crime channels, or prank channels? Yes. So it's a little bit more than halfway through, but I'll be having to play again. I try to do these twice when it's these big ones, like I did one before. It didn't work real well, but anyways. Meanings of this singer's name include Great Queen, Goddess, and Sweet Scent. She has a street named after her, and she was discovered by Jay-Z. Is it Mazzy Star, Rihanna, Andra Day, or Beyonce? A street named after her and discovered by Jay-Z. It is Rihanna. Yes, I thought that Beyonce would throw people off because of Jay-Z, but the street name, I was hoping that would be more direct towards who it was. That's a tough one, but guess what? That answer is on the channel where it is in a Rihanna video. one of her billion view songs. Their lead singer designed their logo after graduating Ealing Art College, and they're one of the few non-US bands with a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame. Who are they? Led Zeppelin, Queen, Pink Floyd, or the Beatles. The clue is their lead singer designed their logo, and he graduated Ealing College. Yes, it is Queen, and Freddie Mercury designed Queen's logo. They have an album of songs telling the story of a dying man through childhood memories, with characters like Peppy, who's the band leader, or Death, the patient, who is cancer, and Mama, who is Mother War. Is it My Chemical Romance, Third Eye Blind, Toad the Wet Sprocket, or Gin Blossoms? My Chemical Romance. And the band leaders in their song, Welcome to the Black Parade. You think about the band leader. So there's different characters on the entire album. The song expresses a party girl's pain, desperation, and vulnerability. She chose to wear wigs in an attempt at privacy to avoid a celebrity lifestyle and to keep the focus on music. Is the song Chandelier by Sia, Poker Face, Lady Gaga, Believe by Cher, or Party For You, Charlie, XCX? It is Chandelier by Sia. The song is a party girl's anthem, basically, believe it or not, about pain and desperation as a party girl. Good song, though. You wouldn't think that it was that type of song. So he was born as Jayton Dimsdale, was a singer in the band Wild Heart before going solo, and like many others gained fame through his social media videos. Is it Teddy Swims, Ja Rule, Benson Boone, or Kane Brown? Remember, these are singers who have songs with a billion views. Teddy Swims. So I believe that Teddy Swims and Benson Boone are the only two on here that have songs with a billion views. Not Ja Rule and not Kane Brown yet. And Kane Brown is relatively still an up-and-coming newcomer to country music. But so the way to break it down there would have been, well, who has a song with a billion views? Is it Benson Boone or Teddy Swims? So All right, Tommy. The two who made this never performed it together live. It's been covered by My Chemical Romance, Shawn Mendes, and many more. A settlement was reached against a rapper who sampled it. Is it Under Pressure, Die with a Smile, Despacito, or Islands in the Stream? The two people that made it, David Bowie and Queen or Freddie Mercury, never performed that song together live, believe it or not. I found that quite interesting. But yes, see, I love the history on some of this stuff. I just love music. I love music trivia. But Under Pressure, never performed it together. Mazzy Star had a huge hit with the haunting ballad Fade Into You. They rejected synthesizer heavy pop and hardcore punk and were part of this genre and movement. So was Mazzy Star part of the Paisley Underground movement, vaporwave, folktronic, or modernism? Yes, Paisley Underground. Absolutely. In 2026, this song was prohibited by the Roman Catholic Archdiocese in Poland from being played during wedding ceremonies because it's pop music with inappropriate lyrics, according to them. All of Me by John Legend, A Thousand Years, Christina Perri, Perfect by Ed Sheeran, or Better Together by Jack Johnson. Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Can you believe it? It was prohibited by some of the churches in Poland. Yes, Fab Daddy. You aren't using Alexa, are you? I'm just kidding. I know you can't. It's just, I know how Alexa works, and she takes time, okay? He got a golden buzzer on Britain's Got Talent, cost an employer thousands with a spreadsheet error, and got so excited at his first concert, the Spice Girls, that he threw up in the bathroom. Is it Shabuzi, Alex Warren, Caleb Scott, or Rick James? Caleb Scott, you are the reason, with 1 billion views. He threw up his first concert. And he also cost a previous employer thousands with the error on the spreadsheet. I found that interesting. Arguably one of the greatest songs ever. It has several styles in one song: a cappella, ballad, opera, and rock, with phrases that mean buffoon, the devil, and in the name of Allah. Is it Hotel California, Bohemian Rhapsody, Stairway to Heaven, or Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Yes, Bohemian Rhapsody. Those phrases that mean buffoon and all that, that's where it's starts out something about, I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Anyways, somewhere in that part of the song. He was discovered on YouTube, heard this song in a nightclub while touring in Colombia, and called Louis Fonsi about doing a remix. They recorded it in 4 hours. Is it Justin Bieber for Despacito, Daddy Yankee, Slowly, Clash with Bow, On You Am, or Chuck Bronson, Viga del Policia? It's Justin Bieber, Despacito. He was discovered on YouTube, and when he heard Despacito in a Colombian nightclub, he got a hold of Louis Fonsi and said, hey man, I'd like to redo this with you. He said, yeah, and then they got together. When they got into the studio, 4 hours, and they knocked it out. That's pretty impressive. All right, he was born in England, but identifies as Irish. In 2016, had surgery for a burst eardrum from jumping off a yacht in Spain, and as of 2024, has sold more than 150 million records. Teddy Swims, Alex Warren, Tommy Wood, or Ed Sheeran? Yes, Ed Sheeran. That's correct. See, Tommy Wood was an answer again. Hmm. You might end up in one of these answers one day, Fab Daddy. Jamie Foxx let him sleep on his couch and fed him when he struggled to make it in Los Angeles. He's openly discussed his depression, anxiety, and past issue with bulimia. Is it Usher, Kendrick Lamar, Ed Sheeran, or Caleb Scott? Jamie Foxx let him sleep on his couch. That's a big one. I think a lot of people do know this. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. Yes, Chuck Bronson. That's right. Chuck Bronson was in there too, in a different one. And Clash with Bow. I don't know if you watch him or know him, but so they're both YouTubers also. You know, Chuck Bronson is just, I'm a big fan of his. So he knows he's been in my things before, my answers. This singer is the first and only artist to have #1 songs on Billboard in 4 separate decades and has twins, a boy and a girl. This song has been recorded by more than 175 artists. Mariah Carey, Without You. Can you believe it? She's had songs on Billboard in 4 decades. Did you check it? I didn't go to Pachanga at that time, but I have been to Pachanga before, a number of times. When I was living in Southern California, of course. Kicked out penniless at 17, slept in friends' cars, became famous for pranks on social media, and by 2025 had 4 million subscribers and 1 billion views on YouTube. Ross Kahn, Andrew Brame, Chuck Bronson, or Alex Warren? Alex Warren. He's the only one that is a singer. Everybody else is YouTube people on that one. You were in the one, like a couple before, Tommy. Like you stepped away for a minute, but you were one of them. You were an answer. Ludacris and Little John worked with him on this song about carnal knowledge, love and lust in a nightclub. Ludacris sings, "We want a lady in the club, but a freak. We want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed." Is it DMX, Party Up, Kanye West, Gold Digger, Usher, Yeah, or Sean Paul, Temperature? We want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that is Yeah by Usher. Was that the last one? We'll see if it says final scores. Yeah. Or they say, what's that? What is that one that they say? It is, there's the final score. So let me go ahead and stop that actually. I'm gonna stop the quiz because the reason I'm stopping it is because it starts over. Let's see here. 1 second. I'm letting it play again for a second. I think it goes back to the beginning where it says 15 seconds, and I'm going to stop it there for a few minutes just to see if anybody else arrives. If so, then I'm going to run it one more time. Pretty sure. Okay, there we go. Stop that. There we go. So, yeah, so you were saying, did I? Yes, you are definitely a winner, Tommy. Yeah, and you got 6 out of 4. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Fat Daddy. There's actually 50 questions in this. So you came in relatively late on that one. I'm going to let it run again because other people will pop in inevitably. But you said freak in the bed, and what I was going to say is that, what does it say? It says crazy in the head, crazy in bed. Is that what it is? A little crazy in the head, a little crazy in bed. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, so gosh, I cannot believe I love to put that too. That's what I put when I'm like literally really laughing. I have to stop. I have to type. I can't just put like a laughing emoji, even though a lot of times I am laughing. But when it's like a laugh, I mean, I'll put real laugh because I am laughing. You know what I mean? So, well, let's see here. Let's fix this. Just, oh, okay. I was just looking at my chat. I was going to say, I don't even see you in the chat, Fab Daddy, but I do. I do. I see you there. I'm looking on the YouTube screen. I haven't been looking at the YouTube side this entire time. I've been looking at the StreamYard screen, because the StreamYard screen is the one that's actually most accurate as I speak, and most accurate with the timing on the quiz. So that can be confusing for people that aren't familiar with it, with StreamYard and all that. And also, if we freak in the sheets, be prepared to ring. Well, hello. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna put myself up here. Gosh, I just lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if I mentioned already, but I contacted my internet provider today, which is actually Spectrum, But anyways, I didn't contact them. I went online to do it. But yesterday, I was kind of disappointed. I mean, my internet speed is pretty damn good, okay? But I looked back at the live stream from last night, and I reviewed it for the most part. But what was interesting is I found that the sync between my words and my lips was off. Not that I'm lip syncing, but you get what I'm saying? The timing is off. And so I have pretty good speed, but I thought, I need better speed. I'm going to do this. So I went ahead and just upped the plan. They'll send me, whatever equipment I need. There's a couple new pieces I need to upgrade the equipment I have too. I mean, I technically have the appropriate speed, upload speed, because it has to do with the upload speed, not download speed. I technically have enough, but I just wasn't satisfied. I felt like when I looked back at it, I felt like I was speaking English, but my lips were moving in Chinese or something. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like to me. It looked like I was speaking English, but my lips were doing something else. I had 6 fingers too. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, there's Matt. Oh my gosh. Hi. How are you? Because I'm AI. I'm actually just glancing back at the chat. That's funny. And my first actually, Matt, I actually put it on pause. We went through it once, but I'll do it. I do it again, But so happy you made it over here. I am, No, I have not talked to him. Oh, you're talking to Tommy, probably. Yeah. Can you guys answer? Either one of you, is he out? I'm curious. I haven't seen any updates. I've been glancing over at a couple of the channels that were updating. I haven't seen anything. I'm waiting to see if I see something in chat about it. Let's see. I'd like to know too. Oh, thank God. Okay, that's good. All right. Welcome back, Freddie. Welcome back. I'm going to ask him. Sorry if I'm asking questions. Oh, they did? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't imagine he would have his own stream yet or anything. I didn't know if he'd show up on somebody else's, But I'm happy to hear that he's out. So, but anyway, so yeah. Well, you guys are silly in the chat, though. Fab Daddy's pretty funny, like Tommy Wood. Man, Tommy was like Tommy was real old school to me, you guys. I mean, we go way back, okay? Way back. I don't even know how many years. I can say this though. Tommy, I'm pretty confident in saying this because I think this is accurate. The very first time that Tommy Wood, and probably one of the few times, but the very first time, to the best of my recollection, that he got on a live panel was one that I was on, and he felt comfortable enough to come up on that live panel because I was up there. pretty sure that's what it was. And it was on Jeff's live panel. But Tommy Wood, gosh, it has to be at least 2021 is when I first started seeing Tommy in the chats, maybe 2020. But it's been quite a while. Wow, you've done 2 ever. Yes. And do you remember the first one? You went up there and you even said, this is my first one, first time on a panel, and I thought I'd come up here because Ross is up here. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Yeah, well, I remember, it just tickled me pink. You know, I was like, oh my God, I absolutely remember that. Absolutely. And then Matt, Matt's been around, and Freddie's now, I know Freddie really well now because Freddie chats with me quite a bit in my comments. So it's like I feel like I know him longer than I have, I like that interaction, and then Fab Daddy, he showed up yesterday. I was happy to see him, and I kept thinking, Fab Daddy, I've seen him. And then he's like, yeah, I've seen you in a few chats. And I'm like, yeah, okay, me too, So what about okay, so like how long? Oh gosh, he's got to be like, this is like really originally when I started coming on, like 2019. I think I started seeing him. It was like really early on for him. Something like that. It was 2019, 2020 at the latest. He was in my answers today too. He was Tommy Wood was in a couple of the answers, and Bao was in one of them. So let's just say my other was on. Oh yes, Michael Malloy's. Rest in peace. God love him. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah, Tommy. So, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. Let me take a look. I'm going to run this one more time. Let me get it started, and we'll go through. Tommy, here, I'll say this once again while this is countdown. I just want to say, Tommy's just where he comes and hangs out, man. And I just want to say, Tommy, I love you, doll. Okay, you are a sweetheart, but I don't want you to feel obligated. And I'm sure you don't. I don't want you to feel obligated to hang out because nobody's pretty much here. Yeah, Mike was a fun guy. Jimmy Eat World released this album in 2001, then Out of Sensitivity after September 11 attacks, changed it to a self-titled album, and changed it back in 2008. See, this is question number 1 out of 50, when it was actually in the end of the last one, because as this replays, they are in random order. So you may have just seen that. So for anybody, for Clay coming in, the way that it works is the first answer in chat that's correct, it gets 100. Second correct answer in chat, 75, followed by 50, and any after that's 25 points. That's how the points add up. Also, if let me read this. Mazzy Star had a huge hit with the haunting ballad Fade Into You. They rejected synthesizer, heavy pop, and hardcore punk, and were part of this genre and movement. Were they part of Paisley Underground movement, vaporwave, folktronic, or modernism? So the way that it works is, oh, thank you, Tommy. The other way that it works is that if you put an answer in that's incorrect, Clay, like if you put 3 and you're like, oh my God, no, it's 2, and then you put 2 in, you will not get it right, because it's the first answer, the first number that you put in the chat is what goes towards your score, not anything after that. It logs your first one. Her albums 19, 21, 25, and 30 were her age when she wrote them, not when they were released. She's from London and became famous when a friend put her music on MySpace. Is it Sugar Crits, Adele, Ross Khan, or Sweet Tea? Adele. Yes, all the others are just YouTube people, including me. All right, Tommy. Yes. That's cool. You go ahead and run. Thank you for coming by. I always appreciate seeing you in chat. You're fun. You're funny. You give me giggles. You make me laugh. Always pleasant having you here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Okay, here we go. So they're in the 2019 Country Music Hall of Fame One was kicked out of a Christian university. Their music has been in both Republican and Democratic presidential campaigns. Is it Ella Langley and Riley Green, Brooks and Dunn, Florida Georgia Line, or Dan and Shay? They're in the 2019 Country Music Hall of Fame, Brooks and Dunn. And as you know, if you don't answer, then really, you don't get anything wrong. It actually does. You don't lose points by entering the incorrect answer either. You don't lose points. So let's say somebody. Okay, here we go. This song denounced inhumanity and violence in response to the 1993 IRA bombing that killed 2 boys in Cheshire, England. It received praise as an anti-violence anthem. Is it Everybody Hurts, Zombie, One, or Revolution? Yes, it's Zombie. So also, if you let's say you're not sure, like say there was 10 people playing, hopefully there will be in the next couple of weeks. But like say you see 4 people put in like number 3, it's 3, and you're thinking, wow, well it must be 3, right? If you haven't put an answer, go for it, man, and you could be right. Now you wouldn't get the first highest score because you're not the first one to put in, but you'd still get a 25. You'd still score if your answer is right, okay? He was born in England but identifies as Irish. In 2016, he had surgery for a burst eardrum from jumping off a yacht in Spain, and as of 2024 has sold more than 150 million records. Ed Sheeran, number 4. So the next one, by the way, you guys, again, this is Clay, just to let you know that this one is from Songs with a Billion Views. All the clues come off of my playlist, Songs with a Billion Views. Every one of the songs or artists, they have something on the playlist, Songs with a Billion Views. They're on the channel. The next quiz is going to be on one-hit wonders. I've already started putting them out on the channel. There will be the playlist is already being made. And so that's going to be the next quiz. So, and then I also do a live stream with just playing the songs, playing the playlist. I'll do that about a week before the actual quiz, so people can actually see it with the live chat. You know, it won't be with me on the screen. I won't be doing it through StreamYards, but I will do it as a premiere, so you'll be able to see all the clues. In one sitting with others that you can chat with about it or whatnot. This band's name was originally Kara's Flowers, and this song was written for the singer's friend, who was also the band's manager and died in 2017. Was the band that was originally Kara's Flowers, was it the Wallflowers with the song One Headlight, Gin Blossoms with the song Hey Jealousy, Maroon 5 with Memories, or Bush Glycerine? Maroon 5, Memories. For their written for their manager. The frontman of this band triple majored and graduated Loyola University in Chicago before recording a powerful rendition of this Simon and Garfunkel song. Is it the Eagles' Bridge Over Troubled Water, Disturbed, The Sound of Silence, Evanescence with Mrs. Robinson, or Coldplay, Yellow? It is Disturbed, The Sound of Silence. Some of them you can tell aren't them, because it's like, oh, well, they didn't make that song. Like, I'll just throw something in there. And you're like, well, wait a minute. That wasn't originally a Simon and Garfunkel song, so that can't be it. So you really look at the clues too, or the answers for your clues. This multi-platinum Christian hard rock band was created when a pastor suggested 2 bands join to make one, like throwing different ingredients in a what? It was a monster idea. Are they basket, skillet, wok, or blender? A multi-platinum Christian hard rock band, Skillet. And when I wrote it, it was a monster idea. That's because one of their songs is a billion view song is the song Monster. Hi, John. Oh my God, I gotta ask you, John, did you get my message to you about checking out the video from yesterday? Wait, let me stop there. I gotta pause this so I get this answer. Sorry, you guys. I just gotta find out from John. I don't know if you got a chance to see it. And hi, Jody. Jody came in too. So I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but yesterday you were one of the answers, John. You and Tommy Wood were an answer together on my live stream that I did last night, which was kind of impromptu, and it was really just okay. Anyways, you'll see a message if you look into your messages, your notifications. I responded to hey Willie. You'll see that I left you a message because you're in one of the answers from last night. So I'll go ahead and continue this. Welcome, Willie, and let me give another quick brief rundown on how this works. So again, if you put an answer in, you answer by number 1, 2, 3, or 4. The first correct answer will get 100 points. Second correct answer gets 75. Third correct answer gets 50. And any correct answer in chat after that gets 25 points. If you don't answer correctly, you don't lose points. You just don't get any. Also, the first answer you put in chat is what counts. So if you put number 1 and then you say, oh my God, no, it's number 3, and you change it, you're still not going to get any points because it catches your first answer. So you would have been wrong per se, like say if you put number 1 on that. And this is based on songs with a billion views. The playlist on my channel, there's a playlist with songs with a billion views. Every song on that playlist has received a billion views on YouTube or streams on Spotify or plays on TikTok. And every one of these songs, these bands, is based on songs from that playlist. Whenever I do these quizzes, every single one of these answers is already in the playlist. So for those who are competitive and really want to win, you'll check it out, or you just kind of go for it and see if you can guess from the clues. Let's continue though. We're only number 11 into 50 on this one. So just have a good time. That's what it's all about. So again, he was discovered on YouTube, heard this song in a nightclub while touring in Colombia, and called Luis Fonsi about doing a remix. They recorded the remix in 4 hours. Justin Bieber, Despacito, Daddy Yankee, Slowly, Clash with Bow, or Chuck Bronson. It is Justin Bieber, Despacito. And the clue there would be, for anybody that's familiar, Clash with Bow and Chuck Bronson are actually, many of you know this, they are actually YouTubers. So therefore, they weren't the one that recorded the song with Luis Fonsi after hearing it in a club in Colombia. Both of her parents are actors. Her first song was released when she was 15 years old, and she speaks openly about living with Tourette syndrome. Is it Tate McRae, Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, or Billie Eilish? Both of her parents are actors, released her first song when she was 15, and speaks openly about having Tourette's. Billie Eilish. And with Billie Eilish, I was surprised that both of her parents were actors. I actually recognized them when I was doing the research on that question. I recognize them, but I don't remember their names, and I'm not familiar with the shows they're on. They are on some drama shows, different shows they've been on, All right. Who is he? He graduated Berklee College of Music in 2013. YouTube videos led to a contract with Ellen DeGeneres' label, 1111, and he used Post-it note to break up with his first girlfriend. Charlie Puth, Adam Levine, Tommy Wood, or Public Occultus? Charlie Puth. Yeah, John, you're doing pretty good on this. I noticed you're getting some. Let me move this. Yes, Freddie, you got it too. So see, John, you got it right, but Freddie would have put it in for you. So therefore, he got the 100 followed by your 75. If Conspiracy Music had gotten it correct, it would have said 50. It goes down like that. So the two who made this never performed it together live. It's been covered by My Chemical Romance, Shawn Mendes, and many, many more. Also, there was a settlement reached against a rapper who sampled it. Is it Under Pressure, Die with a Smile, Despacito, or Islands in the Stream? and it's under pressure. So the clue on this one is actually the settlement was reached against the rapper who sampled it, who was Vanilla Ice. But what surprised me, I'll say, like I said earlier, what surprised me on that was that David Bowie and Queen, or Freddie Mercury, who wrote that, never performed it together live. I was surprised to find that out. This is what I find interesting about some of this, history that I've brought here. She was introduced to Stevie Wonder after his wife heard her sing. Stevie connected her with a producer. She got a recording contract, and her song Rise Up charted for 2 years. Is it Golden Eyes, Andra Day, Mariah Carey, or Hope Sandoval? The clue here is the song Rise Up. I gave it to you right there. Andra Day, beautiful song. Golden Eyes, as some of you know, is one of the people that we all see and love on YouTube. So see, I just throw names in there. I've been mentioning this, so don't be surprised if you're watching one day and you see your name pop up. Nothing malicious ever. What do you watch for entertaining, live, real-time interactive trivia and interesting history of songs and artists during their journey in the music industry? Is it magnum opus music, drama channels, true crime channels, or prank channels? You sure do know who Golden Eyes is. And today's her birthday, by the way. Today is Golden Eyes' birthday. Yes, magnum opus music. I hope everybody got number one on that. See, you guys did. So see, 175 and 50. There you guys go. You see, first, second, or third correct answers in chat fall like that. If there was 10 people playing and 3 more got it right, they would fall. They would get 25, 25, and 25. That'd be their scores. So, who was the first hip hop artist to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song and opened a restaurant in Detroit named Mom's Spaghetti after singing about it in his song? This song. Is it Eminem, Kid Rock, Big Sean, or Alice Cooper? Hi, D. Johns. Welcome. Yes, Eminem with Lose Yourself. Mom's Spaghetti. He actually does have. Here you guys go. This is perfect. I'm actually going to pause this so you guys can see. This really helps people understand, when you're first getting here and coming into the trivia to learn, here you can see I've explained this, and this is a perfect example. Again, on these, the first correct answer in chat gets 100 points. The second one that pops into chat that is correct gets 75, followed by the third correct one that pops into chat is 50 points. And anybody after that with the correct answer, after the third correct one, they'll all get 25 points. But the points accumulate as you see. You don't get wrong, you don't get deducted points if you answer incorrectly. And the other key thing, you guys will hear this repeatedly. I'll probably continue to repeat this for a month until I know that people get it. It's also in the description. If every time I do this, you'll see the exact, everything I'm saying is literally in the description of this live stream. But if you answer, let's say you put in number 1, but the answer is 3. So you just popped in number 1 and you're like, oh my God, no, it's number 3. And then you put in number 3. You're going to get it wrong because this interactive game captures the first answer you put in. So if your first answer is incorrect, that's what it captures. So you see how this is tabulated immediately. That's what's really fun about it. All right, let me keep it going. I'm not going to repeat that again this time. Some of you have heard it repeatedly this evening, but I just wanted to share it one more time. We'll continue on here, I guess, now. All right, here we go. He has a tattoo of a ghost on his arm, symbolizing his first single, Ghost Town. And in 2024, Billboard wrote that this song is the biggest song in the world. Is it Alan Jackson with Beautiful Things, Benson Boone with Beautiful Things, Clive Davis with Thinking Out Loud, or Ed Sheeran Thinking Out Loud? 2024. Number 2, Benson Boone, Beautiful Things. Again, it is a song with 1 billion views. It's done remarkably well. It is on the channel. All of these songs are on the channel that I'm speaking of. But yes, Benson Boone, Beautiful Things. So see there, kind of with your clues, and the date 2024. Clive Davis, as you know, is not a singer himself. He's a record producer. She gave birth to her first biological child in 2024, and nearly 50 years old. And the popular dance song Cheap Thrills was her first #1 hit. Who is she? Is she Madonna, Janet Jackson, Sia, or Rita Ora? 2024, nearly 50. Sia. Oh, good, Freddie. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you got the notification for tonight. Last night's was pretty fun too, you guys. It was all lyrics, and then the song title was at the end. It was in the answers. You just guessed the song. It's pretty fun. Meanings of this singer's name include great queen, goddess, and sweet scent. She has a street named after her, and she was discovered by Jay-Z. Is it Mazzy Star, Rihanna, Andra Day, or Beyonce? Rihanna. Some people put Beyonce because they think of Jay-Z. Mazzy Star is not a person. Mazzy Star is actually a group. People get confused by that. And Andra Day was actually in a question just prior to this and was discovered by Stevie Wonder's wife. So kind of you can catch it from other things too. But all of these answers are in the videos on the channel. Debbie tira más fotos translates to, I should have taken more photos. He was discovered after posting music on SoundCloud and was signed to the record label Hear This Music. Is it Bad Bunny, Justin Bieber, Enrique Iglesias, or Don Omar? And the key here is the word the Spanish I can't say. Debí tirar más fotos is DTMF, which is a Bad Bunny song. Wow, John got that right on. So, yeah, DTMF is the name of the song, which is actually abbreviations of that, which means I should have taken more photos. All right. In this song, Kitty is a fictional entertainer. Her fans aspire to be like her. She warns them against show business. Is it Hot Child in the City by Nick Gilder, Sweet Thing by Mary J. Blige, Life of a Showgirl, Taylor Swift, or Ain't Nobody by Shaka Khan? Actually, I love all of these songs except for the answer, Life of a Showgirl. Not a big fan of it, but I love all the other ones. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm moving this around. I just don't want people to, I have to find out a way, to have us both up there. People wanted to be able to see me. They want me to chat with them. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. I wasn't doing this, but I find that people enjoy it better though. He's the only hip hop artist to win a Pulitzer Prize. He's tied for the most Grammys, which is 5, ever won for a single. He graduated high school with a 4.0 GPA and is in a years-long feud with Drake. Is it Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Jon, or Ludacris? This is amazing. A Pulitzer Prize, graduated 4.0 GPA, man. You just never guess. Kendrick Lamar, yeah, man. I was really, really surprised. You just know. You never know. It still surprises me. But yeah, he got a Pulitzer Prize for music and graduated with 4.0 GPA. This band was created when 2 Los Angeles bands came together as one, and this song is their only #1 hit from one of the best-selling albums of all time, Appetite for Destruction. Is it Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood, Guns N' Roses, November Rain, Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, or Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication? Think about 2 Los Angeles bands coming together, Guns N' Roses, and it's from Appetites for Destruction, or from Destruction, whatever, from one of the best-selling albums of all time. But that is literally their only #1 hit, believe it or not. I found that surprising too for Guns N' Roses. Did not know that, but to me that's very interesting. One of 6 songs certified above 18 times platinum. So there's only 6 songs with this one and 5 more. It's named for the advice Jonathan Cain's dad gave him when he wanted to quit music. And there's a copy of this song in the Library of Congress. Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, Carry On My Wayward Son, Live and Let Die, or Free Bird. Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Again, a copy is in the Library of Congress for future generations. And Jonathan Cain, the keyboard player, wanted to quit music years ago, and his dad said, "Don't stop believing, son." And so that's where the name of that's where the name of the song came from. I love music, so this stuff's interesting to me. This song critiques religions that shame LGBTQ. In it, church is an intimate relationship with spiritual fulfillment in love and sex, contrasted by fresh poison and homophobia. Is it my church? Take me to church with arms wide open, or you found me. Take me to church. I love that song, but I didn't get it. I really didn't get it until I saw the history of that. I found it very interesting. Yes, John. Yes. So again, here we go. Arguably one of the greatest songs ever. It has several styles in one: a cappella, ballad, opera, and rock, with phrases that mean buffoon, the devil, and in the name of Allah. Is it Hotel California, Bohemian Rhapsody, Stairway to Heaven, or Girls Just Want to Have Fun? So see right there, one of them's knocked out right away. You know it's not number 4. It is Bohemian Rhapsody. And it's the part where they get to go, Scaramouche, will you summer fandango, thunderbolt of lightning, very, very frightening, Galileo, Galileo. Somewhere in that part of the song, they start talking about. And so in the video, it tells you what each one means what, the weird words. Anyways, he left Georgia and headed for the Frisco Bay in this song. The first in history to reach #1 posthumously. It was released in January 1968, the month and year that I was born, following his death in a December 1967 plane crash. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding. I heard it through the grapevine. Marvin Gaye, Tighten Up, Archie Bell, or Lady Willpower, Gary Puckett. It is Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, Otis Redding, reached #1 posthumously. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. So there's your kind of clue there, if you know the song. Most people do, you know what I mean? So anyhow, I really like putting these together. So what entertaining YouTube channel with interesting history on singers and songs that's dedicated to the enjoyment of adults do you share with others? Is it Magnum Opus Music, The Angry Debate, Animals Eating Their Prey, or Drama Is Dead? Which one can you share with others? Yeah, that's me. Well, I'm Ross Kahn, but this is Magnum Opus Music. I like to just kind of throw those in there too. So you'll see random weird questions and answers, but you'll also find familiar people from the chats in the answers too occasionally. Their lead singer designed their logo after graduating Ealing Art College, and they're one of the few non-US bands with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Who are they? Led Zeppelin, Queen, Pink Floyd, or the Beatles? Think about their lead singer graduating Ealing Art College. That might help. Queen, Freddie Mercury actually graduated from art college and designed their logo. Not common history, but interesting history I found, and so it was included. I actually, either I or a couple other people in the background, will search some of the stuff. It's all vetted, so the information is accurate, and if it's interesting enough, I like to put it on there. Kicked out penniless at 17, slept in friends' cars, became famous for pranks on social media, and by 2025 had 4 million subscribers and 1 billion views on YouTube. Is it Ross Kahn, Andrew Brain, Chuck Bronson, or Alex Warren? There you go, Alex Warren, because the rest of them are YouTube people. So there's a little silliness to them too. But nevertheless, that was correct information on that. Interesting, All right. The song expresses a party girl's pain, desperation, and vulnerability. She chose to wear wigs in an attempt to have privacy to avoid a celebrity lifestyle and keep the focus on music. Is it Chandelier by Sia, Poker Face, Lady Gaga, Believe, Cher, or Party for You, Charlie XCX? And I was surprised this song is about a party girl's pain, desperation, and vulnerability, because it is a good dance song. Hey, Blues, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Glad you're here. We're kind of about halfway through this one, but we're having a good time. Just pop your answer, pick numbers, pop your answer in the chat, and get some scores. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm, is the first to win a Grammy for Album of the Year 4 times, and had a Netflix documentary titled Miss Americana about her life. Is it Mariah Carey, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, or Adele? Now, what I found interesting about this was Album of the Year 4 times, Taylor Swift, and she had a Netflix documentary. I found that very interesting. So here you go. See, now here, I'm going to actually pause this really super quick one. Okay, I swore I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it really quick. I'm going to do it for Blues Eternal. I just like to throw these. Everything that I'm saying is found in the description of every one of the quiz, in the description of every quiz. But you can see on this screen right now, Freddie has 100, John 75, Willie 50. And the way that it works is the first correct answer in chat gets 100, second correct answer is 75, followed by 50. Any correct answers after that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, through whatever, it's the correct answer, it gets 25 points. You do not lose points for putting the wrong answer, but important to remember is the first number, the first answer you put in chat is the one that the interactive, that this game actually collects. The first answer you put in. So if the answer is number 1, you put number 3, and then you put number 3 and you say, oh my God, it's number 1. So you pop it in there because that's the correct one. You don't get the points because the game already collected your number 3, which was wrong. So just another brief explanation. I swear I won't do it again. I've done it a few times, but I just like to try to make sure everybody kind of knows when they pop in. Eventually people will know, or I'll start saying, check the description for how to play, you know. All right, here we go. Ludacris and Lil Jon worked with him on this song about carnal knowledge, love and lust in a nightclub. Ludacris sings, we want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. Is it DMX, Party Up in here, Kanye West, Gold Digger, Usher, Yeah, or Sean Paul, Temperature? Remember, Ludacris says, we want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. Usher, Yeah. That song is a song with 1 billion views. And I love that song. Every one of these songs is on the channel. Every one of these songs is in the Songs with 1 billion views playlist. In 2024, this song became the only song to reach 1 billion views on Spotify in less than 100 days. The fastest a song has ever achieved that milestone. Is it Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, Beautiful Things by Benson Boone, Die With a Smile by Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga, or 1, 2, 3, or 4 by Ross Khan? It's Die With a Smile, Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga. Fastest song ever to reach 1 billion views on Spotify. All the other songs on there, though, are also songs with 1 billion views. They weren't just randomly put in there. This singer is the first and only artist to have #1 songs on Billboard in 4 separate decades and has twins, a boy and a girl. This song has been recorded by more than 175 artists. Is it Beyonce, Proud Mary, Chris Stapleton, Tennessee Whiskey, Mariah Carey, Without You, or Jennifer Lopez, Love Don't Cost a Thing? And it is Mariah Carey, Without You. She's the only one of these people that's had #1s in right on D. Johns, the only one to have #1s on Billboard in 4 separate decades. And that song was recorded by more than 175 artists. I found that very interesting. But all of those people in the answers had twins. All 4 members of this band identify as lesbians. They had 1 huge hit, and the lead singer was married to Sarah Gilbert from the Connors and Roseanne shows. Is it 4 Non-Blondes, Indigo Girls, the B-52s, or Dream Nails? 1 huge hit, married to Sarah Gilbert, and all lesbians in the band. It's 4 Non-Blondes. So 4 Non-Blondes, Their one big hit is "What's Up." Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah. Anyways, that's on the channel. It's their only number one, but it's also a song with 1 billion views. Sarah Gilbert, by the way, is the sister of Melissa Gilbert from Little House on the Prairie, and Sarah Gilbert was married to Linda Perry of Four Non Blondes. Sam Hunt wrote songs for Keith Urban, Kenny Chesney, and more before getting a big break as a singer. What NFL team did he try out for before moving to Memphis? Did he try out for the Tennessee Titans, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, or Kansas City Chiefs? Kansas City Chiefs. You did make the leaderboard. That is a win. Yes. Sam Hunt is a country artist, but he does have a song with 1 billion views. Most of these are, there's not a lot of country on this particular quiz. They got their name passing a sign that had missing numbers. The co-founder and lead singer died February 7th, 2026 from stage 4 kidney cancer, less than a year after diagnosis. Is it Blink 182, 3 Doors Down, 30 Seconds to Mars, or 3 Days Grace? Think about maybe who had a lead singer that died this year. 3 Doors Down. Yes, Brad Arnold, the lead singer and co-founder, died this year on February 7th. Very sad. And they got their name when they were, the 3 guys in the band, original 3 guys, were walking past a sign that said Doors Down. It said something Doors Down, but it didn't have a number. So they added the 3 and called themselves 3 Doors Down. Which singer did the royal family feature on a 1999 commemorative Royal Mail stamp, which caused controversy because Roger Taylor is seen behind drums in the background? Is it Freddie Mercury, Elton John, David Bowie, or John Lennon? The clue here might be Roger Taylor behind the drums in the background. If you know about that, then you'll know that it was Freddie Mercury, because Roger Taylor was the drummer with Queen, and so he was actually on the stamp. Caused a big problem because the royal family never had. There was only one individual that could be on any stamp. And also, it was originally only the royal family could be on their stamps, but this was a commemorative special issue, and Freddie Mercury was the one for it. So, in this Guns N' Roses video, Slash said the scenes were too theatrical and he was going to die with the helicopter over him. The video was the costliest at the time at $1.5 million. Is it Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, November Rain, Welcome to the Jungle? You might have to kind of sort of be familiar with the song and the video to know that it was very theatrical. And about the helicopter, but yes, it was November Rain. November Rain, Slash, he had a hard time doing that. He did not like doing that video. It's been well spoken of. He just didn't, he had a bad time with that. He put his foot down for some of the stuff in that video too. Yes, Blues Eternal, John and D. Johns did good on that one. All right, he got a golden buzzer on Britain's Got Talent, cost an employee thousands with a spreadsheet error, and got so excited at his first concert, which was the Spice Girls, he threw up in the bathroom. Is it Shabuzi with a bar song, Alex Warren, Ordinary, Caleb Scott, or Rick James? It's actually, I'm just looking for the person, not the song. I just thrown a song in there, kind of give you guys an idea who some of them were. Caleb Scott, yes. I found it interesting that he threw up at his first concert, which was Spice Girls, and he was also on Britain's Got Talent. So those are some of the clues you can kind of think, oh, the other ones would have been on Britain's Got Talent or something. So there are some ways to narrow it down by the answers too. And in 2026, this song was prohibited by the Roman Catholic Archdiocese in Poland from being played during wedding ceremonies because it's pop music with inappropriate lyrics. Is it All of Me by John Legend, 1,000 Years, Christina Perri, Perfect by Ed Sheeran, or Better Together by Jack Johnson? Perfect by Ed Sheeran, which is a huge wedding song, absolutely huge. But just this year, some of the churches in Poland put their foot down and didn't want it played in their wedding ceremonies. I can't, some of these things that happen around, I mean, I don't know. I can't believe it. I was just shocked at that. Their first tour didn't have an official name, but after they broke down and had to abandon some equipment to hitchhike to the last show in Seattle, They named it Hell Tour. Is it the Eagles, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, or Guns N' Roses? And their first tour didn't have a name. They broke down, abandoned equipment, and ended up calling it Hell Tour. It is Guns N' Roses. I threw Nirvana and Pearl Jam in there to toss it up for people who might be guessing and think that it was Seattle, which was their last stop. That was just a little, little my humor to see who might go for those. But it was actually Guns N' Roses. They didn't have a name. It was a short tour. They broke down, and so afterwards they just wiped out and called it the Hell Tour. She's a member of the group Blackpink, named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in 2025. And this duet with Bruno Mars was inspired by a Korean drinking game. Is it Gunja, Gotta Go, BTS, Dynamite, Red Velvet, Bad Boy, or Rose, Apartment? Yes, it's actually number 4, Rose. That's the only song on there that was actually, well, maybe, I don't know if it was the only song, it was a duet with Bruno Mars. I'm trying to think. See, there's other ways to kind of break it down, if you're familiar with some of it. To tell you the truth, if I would have seen that on a quiz, I wouldn't have known it. Because I'm really not into K-pop. And that's what that is. But nevertheless, a song with a billion views. They have an album of songs telling the story of a dying man through his childhood memories, with characters like Pepe, who's the band leader, or Death, the patient, who's cancer, and Mama, who is Mother War. Is it My Chemical Romance, Third Eye Blind, Toad the Wet Sprocket, or Gin Blossoms? It's My Chemical Romance. And every song on that album of theirs that has that is it's Welcome to the Black Parade album. Every song has some character in it that is associated with the childhood memories of a man, and he's dying of cancer and he's recalling memories from his childhood. Following a 2021-22 TikTok trend, this song from 1970 surged in popularity and gained 2 billion views. It's also a one-hit wonder, and she doesn't exist. Is it Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl, Layla, or Delta Dawn? It is Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes by Edison Lighthouse. One of the clues is one-hit wonder, also from the 1970s, and it was a real trend on TikTok in 2021-22. 2 billion views from that trend. Yes, John, you got it. I found that interesting too, and I happen to love this song. I love all music, so. This song is about a fantasy revenge against Sancho, who stole the singer's Heina. The singer from Long Beach, California, died from a heroin-related death in 1996. Is it Santeria, Sublime, La Bamba, Richie Valens, Hey Joe, Jimi Hendrix, or Backstabbers, the OJs? One big clue in this would be that the singer died in 1996. All the rest were way dead before then. The answer is Santeria, Sublime. Yes, you guys got it. John, Blues, and D. Johns. Everybody knows Sancho on the hind, and he's going to bust a cap in Sancho's ass. Right? I think everybody loves that part of the song. Fucking bust a cap and I can't think how it goes right now. Anyways, this song was co-written by Taylor Swift, who initially went by the pseudonym Neil Soberg. The song's singer was an Army cadet in Barbados before becoming a superstar. Is it DTMF, Bad Bunny, How We Roll by Don Omar, Impossible by Chantel, or This Is What You Came For by Rihanna and Calvin Harris? It is a Rihanna song, This Is What You Came For. It is a song with a billion views. Rihanna was an Army cadet in Barbados before she became a superstar. And interestingly enough, as Taylor Swift was one of the co-writers of that song, she actually went by the pseudonym Niels Soberg, which is a male name. I found that interesting. Last question. He was born as Jayden Dimsdale, was a singer in the band Wildheart before going solo, and like many others, gained fame through his social media videos. Is it Teddy Swims, Ja Rule, Benson Boone, or Kane Brown? I'll tell you one thing, only 2 people on here have songs with a billion views, and the answer is Teddy Swims. Ja Rule and Kane Brown, although good singers, they don't have songs with a billion views. So wait a second, there must be one more. There is one more, I think, because this isn't a final score. The final score I have, wait, is that, No, it's not the final score. It's got to come up. There must be one more. Wow, John's up at 1775. Just here we go. Here's the final scores. Let me get myself out of here. Here, let me move myself like this up here. Oh man, let me go here. Here we go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, right on, you guys. I'm happy you guys popped in here and played, even though you weren't here for like the entire one. And I went through it a couple of times, but you kind of see how it goes. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy making these. I enjoy doing these. Let me go ahead and pause that there. Stop it. Actually, I enjoy putting these together. To me, it's personally relaxing and personally entertaining myself. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy finding this information, vetting it, making sure it's correct, accurate, truthful. I put most of this together. I do have a little bit of help, but to me, it's just honestly, for lack of better words, not to sound dorky, but for me, it is literal pure joy. I like doing this. And when I do this and I put it together and I see people coming in play, I get even more excited over it. So I'm glad you guys came by and played. Yeah, thanks, John. It is a good break, huh? You know, this is fun. Yeah, I love music too. I'm glad to hear that from you guys. Yes, you know, I just, well, you know, he says, I never heard of these people. Yeah, you have blues, you know, don't you know D. Johns and Willie? Yeah, you do. Yeah, and so I enjoy researching it. Some of the information I have in my head, because just of my you know, my love of music over decades. And you know, so you know, the channel's new, but it's growing pretty good. And you know, so I do the videos. There's history on every video. The history is random. It might just say, you know, there's always at least three pop-ups with history, a minimum of 3 sets of information on every video. They're basic lyric videos like other people do, but the difference is these include history of either the artist or the song or both, because you'll find a minimum of 3 different you know, little sections with history in the video. Sometimes there's 4 or 5 or 6, you know, little pop-ups with the information. And so those are put together and then they're released, and they're released, but they're also put into playlists. And that is because as I do these quizzes, these live streams with quizzes, they are based on playlists. And I say that because this one here is titled Songs with a Billion Views. Every single one of these clues, every one of these questions and answers is already on the channel. And I tell people that because if you're competitive and you really want to play, then you check out the playlist before the quiz, before the live stream, because every question you saw on here is on the channel already. Nothing's a surprise. It's all there. So I let people know that it is random to a lot of people, but what I'm saying is it's already on the channel. So one more thing I want to let you guys know is that on a recent live stream, during a recent live stream, I did a poll what people wanted to see next. Did they want a quiz like this on rock music, one-hit wonders, or country music? And by the poll, the answer was one-hit wonders. So you may or may not have noticed that some of the songs that have been released recently on the channel are already one-hit wonders. I happen to be gone out of state for 3.5 weeks and just returned Saturday. So I have to get full on with this, you know, with the next quiz. But anyways, it is going to be one-hit wonders. I have already started releasing some songs that are one-hit wonders. There is a playlist that is already being established of one-hit wonders. And what happens is before I do the quiz, there'll actually be a premiere video, which will include all of the songs of the one-hit wonders for people that just want to join the chat and chit chat, whatever. It won't be through StreamYard. It's just going to be a premiere video, and you guys can actually, you know, view it then and see the answers if you choose. If you don't choose, that's fine too. But it's just a way for people to get prepared for then what will become the next live stream quiz like this. Again, this is interactive. This is interactive trivia. This is where it's immediate response, immediate answers, immediate tallies. There's no waiting. People don't use Alexa. They don't Google the questions for answers because there's no time. You can see that this moves rapidly. and there's just no time for somebody to come up with the correct answer. So it's set up really well to not worry about somebody's cheating or anything like that. You come from the land of settlers, you're gonna do just fine. Willie Ross, I got it all notifications on, but I'm really looking forward to 50, 60, and 70 nights so I can whoop these youngins' butts. Right on. Okay, you know, I can, when I hear from people, I can start working towards stuff like that. Songs more like, you know, the 50s and 60s. Already got a number of 70s. In fact, a number of the one-hit wonders are from the 70s. But anyways, I personally, you know, I just find this a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it too. Just keep an eye out. One Hit Wonders is going to be the next live stream. I'm already working on that quiz, by the way. There's already questions going in because, again, I already have videos published on the channel that are One Hit Wonders, and it's moving along quite nicely. I hope to start doing these more frequently now that I'm back at home and can work on this, you know, solely on this. Anyways, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. Move this. Let me put myself up there. Let's see here. Everything was going so good, so I just scooped that up. Once. Oh well. I can't figure out what I was trying to do. Everything went so well until just then. I was trying to just bring myself up on screen. Again, you guys know, some of you know, I used to live stream quite a bit, and I was good at it. And now I'm actually getting, you know, reacquainted with it. But I was just really trying to say that I appreciate you guys being here. I'm getting ready to close this out. So happy that you guys came by. Keep an eye out. Watch for the videos. Watch for the clues, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, you guys.